Hello, Atlanta Falcons fans. Today we have some exclusive news that you can't miss. So get ready because there's a lot of important information coming. Before we start, we'd like to take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and stay up to date with all the news about our Atlanta Falcons. Don't forget to leave a like, which really strengthens our community and helps bring this content to those who are most passionate about the team. Now, without further ado, let's get straight to today's news. Kirk Cousins linked to AFC team. Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons are likely to formally part ways next month, and an AFC team has been mentioned as a potential signing destination. In an appearance on ESPN's SportsCenter on Sunday, Jeremy Fowler suggested that the New York Jets may have interest in Cousins when he becomes available. Fowler noted that the Jets have had interest in Cousins in the past and could rekindle that interest now. The NFL scouting combine is in about a week and a half. I expect Atlanta and Cousins' agent to talk about the future, see what they can do, Fowler said, via Bleacher Report's Timothy Rapp. The New York Jets at one time wanted to sign Cousins. He's going to be one of the top options. Fowler added that Cousins will receive a $10 million roster bonus on March 17th, and the Falcons will be eager to figure out his future by then. The Jets were all in on Cousins in 2018, but he essentially used them as leverage and ended up signing with the Minnesota Vikings. The front office is different now, but it stands to reason that the Jets could end up looking at Cousins again. The team has decided to move on from Aaron Rodgers, and they don't have a clear solution at quarterback in either the short or long term. If the Jets do pursue Cousins, they'll definitely face competition. The team is coming off a 5-12 season, but there's talent on offense and defense, and they have a starting job to offer. They could look to trade Cousins in a quick turnaround thanks to the presence of bigs like Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. Cousins lost his starting job with Atlanta late last season, with rookie Michael Penix Jr. supplanting him. A big reason for that was Cousins' turnover issues, with 16 interceptions in just 14 games. He still threw for 3,508 yards. There were also some concerns that Cousins hadn't fully recovered from the Achilles injury he suffered in 2023, though the Falcons dismissed those concerns. The 36-year-old quarterback signed a 4-year, $180 million contract with Atlanta last offseason. He won't get anything like that this time around, but he appears to be fully healthy now, and he still believes he can win as an NFL starter. Falcons should look to recently released homegrown product as edge rusher. In a perfect world, the Atlanta Falcons would add the next Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, or TJ Watt at number 15 overall in the 2025 NFL Draft. A superstar edge rusher has been the team's most desperate need for years, and adding one on a rookie contract could transform the Falcons' defense and organization. But of course, we don't live in a perfect world. The Falcons could very well address the edge rusher spot at number 15 with James Pierce, Mike Green, or another top prospect at the position. Or they could wait and add another day 2 or 3 prospect along the edge. Either way, the Falcons should have learned by 2024 that their rookies may not be ready to shine right away. In Atlanta's defense, even Garrett and Watt weren't superstars as rookies. Regardless of what the Falcons do in the first round this spring, they should be interested in pursuing veteran edge rushing options. One intriguing potential target just became available on February 14th, Preston Smith. ESPN's Adam Schefter, along with several other NFL insiders, reported on Valentine's Day that the Pittsburgh Steelers released Smith to save $13.4 million in salary cap space. The move was obvious, since on the Steelers roster, Smith was set to be a backup in 2025. On the Falcons roster, though, Smith could be a starter. That's what he was with the Green Bay Packers before being traded to the Steelers at the 2025 NFL trade deadline. There was some small talk that Smith, who is from Stone Mountain, Georgia, could return home in a trade with the Falcons. But that didn't materialize. The Falcons could benefit in the long run by not signing Smith in 2024 by signing him to a more affordable deal this offseason. Smith turned 32 in November. He's not the same edge rusher who had 12 sacks in 2019 with the Packers. But that means he could be cheap, and with an opportunity to play 50 to 65% of a team's snaps in 2025, Smith could still be a 6 to 8 sack guy. He's had at least 8 sacks in 6 of his 10 NFL campaigns. That would be notable for the Falcons, whose leading sacker in 2024 was Arnold Ebiketie with 6 sacks. The Falcons made 2 mistakes at edge rusher in 2024. They ignored the position once again until day 2 of the draft. As a result, the Falcons signed quarterback Michael Penix Jr. I can accept that decision, as Penix could be the long-term answer at the most important position in the game. But the second mistake the Falcons made at edge rusher last offseason was allowing veterans Calais Campbell and Bud Dupree to leave as free agents. The Falcons tried to fill the void with Matthew Judon, but that move backfired. Without those veteran edge rushers or a true prospect on the opposite side of the defense, Ebiketie hasn't developed as expected in 2024. Smith is by no means a long-term solution, but he could be a bridge to the long-term solution Campbell or this year's Dupree for a Falcons defense that needs answers both short-term and long-term at edge rusher. In 17 games last season, Smith recorded 4.5 sacks with 5 tackles for loss and 6 quarterback hits. He started 9 games for the Packers earlier this season. As a depth piece in Pittsburgh, Smith played 30% of the team's defensive snaps. In 10 NFL seasons, Smith recorded 70.5 sacks, 74 tackles for loss, and 157 quarterback hits in 163 regular season games.